now, you have no idea what Facebook has just put me through. I have turned Wi-Fi on and off for the past hour trying to go live, and I had the word child trafficking in my topic. So because I had the word child trafficking, I'm going to keep saying it, child trafficking, because I had the word child trafficking on my post, which I just did again now. And Facebook would not let me go live. Okay, I literally turned the Wi-Fi on and off, turned it on and off, and Facebook would not let me go live. So here's what I need from you, America. This is what I need from everybody, all of the viewers, all of the thousands of viewers that watch what we're doing. I need you guys right now, before I even start to say what I have to say, because this is so big, so huge, and so important to America's children and families. I need you guys to share this in every single group. I'm going to wait for you. I want you to share it in every group. I want you to share it on every timeline. I want you to invite your entire friends list all across this whole entire social media outlet, okay? So every time, I try to go live with these stories, Facebook has shut me down for over a year, and we still get the views, but not like what we were getting before. And it's because of what? It's because of Facebook. It's because we have revealed the child trafficking industry through the family court system, okay? And they don't want it exposed, and the more that we expose, the more that, like, that flashlight gets shined in all these dark places. And as that flashlight is getting shined in all these dark places, yeah, Holly, they wouldn't let me on. It's been an hour I've been trying to get live. It's been an hour. I had to literally pull out of that post and put on another post and sneak in here to get here so I can talk to you guys, because they don't want us to say what we're saying. See, they're going after the president right now, love him, hate him, or whatever in between, and we don't know. We can't say for sure whatever he was involved with in the past, but whatever he's doing now, because I can't say that, right? I wasn't there, but I can say whatever he's doing now is ending child trafficking. This man has been exposing child trafficking since before he got in office. Never before in the history of time have you seen so much child trafficking being exposed. Have you seen so much happening where the child trafficking industry is being exposed? So I'm going to keep saying child trafficking. I want to get this word to you. I don't want you to be desensitized by it. I want you to hear what I have to say, because I'm really on fire today, and I'm really, really infuriated today. I am infuriated because of the stories that are coming to me now. See, what happens is when you shine light, more brightness shines. They're going to try to mess with me, but I'm going to keep going, guys. I need you guys to share this like wildfire, like you've never shared my stuff before. I need you to share. I need you to share in groups. I need you to share in the vaccine groups. I need you to share, because this is about child trafficking, guys. This really, what this comes down to is child and family trafficking. That's what is going on in our country. It is the most sophisticated machine, and it has been well-oiled through the mighty dollar for an abundance of years, and we are finally taking the head off of it. So they're trying to shut me up right now, because what I want to tell you guys right now is that children, see, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's just so frustrating. These family courts, we have to take them down, and the way that we take them down, that's the head that you got to take down. Family court, that's the head that you have to take down. Listen to me, guys. Focusing on CPS and all the rest, that's part of it, but you got to get the head off. You got to take the head off. You got to take the head. The head is family court. The head is family court. If I could read you my posts, if I could read you my comments, if I could read you from these families that have been coming to me more so than ever, and it's around the clock. We don't even sleep. I mean, we really don't even sleep. Okay, you got the trolls out there trying to stop any tiny little bits of money that come into donations. They are telling everybody, okay, the work that I do for the consultations far surpasses the little tiny payment, okay? And there's no comparison to what happens for these families and benefit of these families. And the trolls are out there searching me constantly. I had to hide my friends list like last year, because they contact every single person. They stalk and watch constantly to stop people from getting the help they need. Okay, that's what they're doing. They want to stop people from getting the help they need. I'm gonna have people come online today. I want you guys to talk. I want you to talk about what's happening, because what's happening right now, it's urgent, guys. It's urgent, guys. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands upon even millions of viewers all over this country that are in big groups. I want the big groups joining me. I want the big groups joining me, because we have stuff that is even bigger than what we've shown you for help on the way. We've got things that we're going to be pushing out in the next days ahead, and we're going to try to prepare you for them, because it's going to be a lot to hear, guys. So we've been taking taking the hits. We've been taking the hits for America right now, but it's because we've been exposing, and because the frontline advocates have been exposing, there's more exposing that's been happening. And so because we've been exposing, and I will read, guys, but I need you guys to share this like crazy. Like, this is so urgently important that what we're doing right now. It's to the point where it's like, I see people coming in the queue, and I'm going to let people have a chance to speak, okay? But the child trafficking industry, they don't care. It's like you're going to go have CPS come in on board with you and say the child is being what do you call it, abused or sexually abused or molested or whatever. They're not going to come in and help you that way. That's not what they're there for. They're there to just play this play game. It's a play court game. It's not real. And we've been trying to tell you that. Yes, it looks real. It looks like a real court. You got a man there or a woman there that looks like a judge, and it looks like, but it's not. It's an industry. It's a child trafficking and family trafficking industry. So now that this has been coming out even more and more, we've been asking people to call your congressmen all over the country, not just your district congressmen, all of them, and just pound their phones 24/7 till they can't stand it anymore. Just keep calling them. If I could be in everybody's house, I'd be making you dial those phones and call them and say that's not going to work, because it's working. I promise you, it's working. But we have to rise up as a nation, and it's working, and we're doing something right now. It's called Occupy Congress. Yes, it's being done in writing too. I need them to hear your voices. Call up. Don't spend an hour with them on the phone. You can say it quickly. Did you see the child trafficking briefing? If not, we need your email. We're going to send it out to you. Then send me the emails. Do it in one body of an email so we're not getting overly inundated, because my emails are going off like crazy, okay? Now, this is really, really important. We're already doing the affidavits to serve upon them. So we have the paper part. We need the voice part, okay? We need your voices to call Congress members. Start calling when this live is over. Keep calling. Get your neighbors and your friends and your cats and your dogs. Just call. You need to call. We have to take the family court down. Do you understand? We have to indict these judges for what they're doing. They have manipulated a system for so long, and there's innocent people in the system that think that it's the right thing, but they know something's wrong. And when you have a conversation with them, it could cause an ulcer, because they literally will tell you certain things. They will tell you that, well, this is this and this is that, and they think, and then we can't talk law with you, but then they'll give you law. It cracks me up. It's like, it's whatever they want to say. It's however they want the wind to blow to protect their interest, okay? But there are some decent people in there that are just stupid, and they're naive, and they work with the system because they think that somehow they're helping, but they're not. They're destroying the family. So the cases that are coming in now are about children being molested, and they're tied to child trafficking. We have discovered links to child trafficking, child pedophilia, child, all kinds of disgusting child pornography, all kinds of stuff that the family courts are attached to. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? It is so important. Guys, listen, don't spend so much time on social media reading stupid stuff. Get on those phones every day, because right now we've got Congress ear. We've got Congress ear. I've got many congressmen, different ones, that are working with us at this point, contacting other congressmen and other Congress members, or just other types of politicians, and saying these people are right. This is right. This is happening. Not every single last person, and there's a lot of evil out there, but not every single last person is evil, and not every single last person, even within wants this. I need to see more numbers. Come on, guys, let's pull this up right now. I need lots of help right now, guys. I need lots of help. Danita, my heart's ripped out for you. I know. There's another one right there. I'm getting messages constantly like I can't keep up with them. I can't keep up with them. We don't have enough hands on deck. We don't have enough help. We just don't. We just don't. And then we've got the infiltrator troll saying, don't give these people any money. How do you think we're going to get around? Like, start donating, guys. We need the funds so we could go and finish this job that we started. Do you really want to help America's children? You will be blessed financially long term, because you'll be able to save your families. What is more important right now than anything in this world right now? Things might look good, they might look status quo, but they're not. They've been encroaching in for a long time. We have something so big and so fast and so furious that's about to come up in the next very short time. Okay, we've had to restrain from telling you guys, but we will eventually. But we've got to prepare you, because it's big, it's huge, and I'm telling you right now, now, if things go the way they're looking, there's not going to be a family court left in 2 months. We need your voices on the phones, calling all of Congress. I put the numbers down and on social media. We've put, I don't know what else to do to get you guys. I don't know what to do short of dialing them numbers for you in your houses. I don't know what else to do for you guys. I honestly don't. I don't know what else to do for you guys. You have leaders who are telling you exactly what to do to save your families. Listen, these are the steps you do to save your families. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys this. I want you guys to know this. I want you guys to be aware. My son's dad has filed frivolous stuff for years. Those are actually crimes. And the judge and his attorney that allows this to continue, those are crimes. You could pretend that it's not all you want because you've got the hierarchy over you in the county that actually defends you. But not everybody's going to defend you because we've got hierarchies than you, much higher. So lately, because they see how close we're getting, I get constant frivolous, like the nonsense. And if you file frivolous lawsuits, they're actually penalized, and you can actually go to jail for that. And I don't know what makes you think that I'm not going to make sure that happens, because I'm going to. But they've endangered my son for 12 years, just so you guys are aware. They've endangered Anthony McGinty, and the previous judge, she at least had the decency to recuse herself. Anthony McGinty, I don't even know what the hell's wrong with that man. Like, it is insane. Like, there's nobody that respects him or likes him that of anyone that I've talked to. I've worked through the district attorney's office. I've worked through the sheriff's department. People know what's going on, okay? They still get their paychecks. What are you going to do? I've watched them tear this one police officer to shreds. I've watched them do it. But what he doesn't understand is that, see, all the victims become the victors. All the victims unite and come together, and then we'll go after you. It's like pretty simple. So just keep coming with your stupidity. But I just want to let you guys know, I want you guys to be aware that my son's father works with the trolls on Facebook, works with the trolls, and repeatedly calls CPS and makes up all these lying things and all this crazy stuff. But in the meanwhile, can't support the child, never's bought him anything, never's cared about his welfare or well-being. My son has a health record that's like par none. I mean, I don't think it takes much to see how I treat my child and how my family is and how we are. I mean, it's ridiculous. How come no one in our family is anything short of like honor roll students and upstanding human beings and professionals with clean backgrounds? So, but to even have to deal with these insane people is beyond me. And the fact that I am a huge whistleblower, a huge public person with regards to this, and with the fact that this is such serious conflict of interest, you'd think he'd have a little dignity and get off the case, but he doesn't want to. He wants to keep playing these games with me, which I find so foolish, because I made sure that his name is well spelled to all of Congress. Okay, and not just all of Congress. We've got, like I said, we've got more on the horizon ready to come out for all of you. Okay, so thank you for sharing this. I appreciate you guys sharing this, because the urgency is so severe. Guys, the urgency is so severe. I promise you, I'll read through. The urgency is so severe. There are children. Okay, there's many different types of abuses that have been occurring in families. Some are minor, which is still a horrible abuse, and some are very severe sex abuse to children. Here's one of the things that I want to talk about. Their genuine coaching is happening through CPS and family court. Genuine coaching is happening through guardian ad litems and phony child attorneys. Real coaching is happening through abusers. That's happening that way. But when somebody is guilty of child molestation, listen carefully. And there's so many of you right now that are watching, and my heart's broken for you, okay? Literally broken for you. Broken, that I work on fumes to continue to help you, okay? While trolls try to take any means of getting around from us. That's what they do, right? I've invested everything, and continue to invest everything I have and am by not even working a job. Look how long, just so I can continue to support all these families and do what we do, okay? So pay attention. This is really important. Children are being molested. Many times they're being molested by a family member, and the judges are putting them with that family member and then telling the person who reports them, who reports them that they're coaching, and then they restrain the protective parent. That's what they're doing. They restrain the protective parent, give the children to the abuser, so that the child can continue to be molested, even though there's signs of regression, even though the child is showing indications of sex abuse of some sort, or other types of abuse, not always sex abuse. Please understand, trafficking is not only sex abuse. Family trafficking, adult trafficking, elder trafficking, and child trafficking is not only sex abuse, although that is the biggest and the worst. It is not only that. Removing children from loving family that love them and protect protect them and not listening to them who are protective, who are raising them properly, is trafficking you as an adult, trafficking the elderly by taking them and giving them to over to the state and then taking everything that they have, okay, robbing them from their families, okay. The only time their family gets to see them is at their funeral. This is happening. It's been happening, you know. And those of you that are in between, you've never seen a family court, you may have never had an elder die, you may have never had whatever the situations are, you don't think this is happening, so you just don't do anything about it. Now's the time to call Congress members, and like I said, it's on my page all over. We were hitting North Carolina today, but that doesn't mean just hit North Carolina. Hit any congressman or woman anywhere in the country, politicians, senators, and delegates. The list is there. Call them and say, I am standing in support of the child trafficking briefing that was done on September 9th by the For the Children Education Panel in the Longworth building. I mean, we give you a script, for heaven's sake. And I do not want this child trafficking industry to continue. We want family court abolished, and we want the judges and the attorneys and the CPS workers held accountable by arrest. There's no other way. You can't pat them on the back. You can't give them. We need to go full force forward, because we never want to see this happen for the future of America, our children, our children's children again. And this is the hottest spot in town right now. This is the most important thing right now. They're going after the president because listen so carefully, the child trafficking industry is being exposed so bad right now. The people that are wanting to hide what he wants to expose are doing it because they're all in there with the child trafficking. It's not just the ones that you've seen. This is a very sophisticated system through the family court. Everybody's always pointing at CPS. They're part of that nut, okay? But it's through the family court, and you can't go to the family court and say, I need help because this damage is happening, because that's what they want. If your case is not high conflict, they make it high conflict. And they make it high conflict because they don't want anybody listening to you. So if you go into the schools don't want to hear anything, and the schools don't want to be liable, and the schools don't want to put anything in writing, and they don't want to say things. They just walk the fence. They walk the fence. And how can they walk the fence as a mandated reporter that has to report abuse? Why are you making them mandated reporters that have to report abuse? Who are they going to report this abuse to? Because as soon as abuse is I've talked to teachers that have reported real abuse, and their kid stays right back in the classroom, never removed from the abusive home, especially if that abusive home is a foster home. Okay? They don't get removed because the financial incentives. You should be more pissed off than I am, because I say this every day. I'm sick of it every day. Okay? I'm tired of these crazy people. I'm going to talk to you about domestic violence perpetrators. People that are abusers will continuously use the family court and file fake allegations. They do it because they want the children. They want control. Men, fathers that take children from mothers and don't want children with their mothers at all, you are an abuser. You don't like me to say it? Too bad, because you are an abuser. I have never met a father. I've never met a real man, a good father, that would take children from a mother 100%. I've never met a good father that would do that, okay? Even when the mother is very inappropriate, they still try to keep the children in her life, okay? So you are a living sign to me of an abuser. Absolutely. And it goes both ways, ladies. It goes both ways. Now, on the other hand, when the other person is an abuser and a mother or a father is trying to protect their children from that abuser, and the courts don't let you, then who's the abuser then? That's the abuser re-victimizing the victims. And that's the reason why I have called everything that I do punished for protecting. We should not be punished for protecting our rights in this country. This is a serious problem. It's been a serious problem, okay? And I've been saying this, and I will continue to say it as the president continues to go after child trafficking all over our country. Has anybody ever seen so much child trafficking and pedophilia in our life? Has anybody ever seen this much being exposed? Do you understand that it's everywhere? Do you understand how many children are affected in our country? Do you know how many children are missing through the foster care system through child trafficking? But wait, do you know how many children are tossed back and forth or held and restrained from a loving parent in our country because a judge won't let that parent have that child or children because they're being abused and molested in the other home? So they will supervise the protector, listen carefully, carefully. They will supervise the protector so the child doesn't tell the protector what's going on, so nobody finds out. That's why I'm so freaking angry right now. So nobody finds out while these children are being abused. And I see these kids every single day. I know these stories every single day around the clock. Okay? Why are you not making these phone calls around the clock? Why do I have to keep coming live to tell you to make these calls? I want to see my email going off like I've never seen it go off before. I want to see emails coming into me like crazy. I want to see comments galore. I want you guys calling Congress day and night. Leave messages on their recordings and call them while they're in the office. Tell them we're not asking for your jurisdiction. If they say, sorry, we don't have any jurisdiction, we're not asking you. We are telling you that America has had enough of this, and we are occupying Congress, and we're telling you right now, we want the family court abolished. We don't want it to open tomorrow morning. There is no reason for that place. They are destroying our families. I am not doing this for my health. I am not doing this for a paycheck, for heaven's sake. I am doing this because our country is in trouble. Our children are in trouble. That's why I do this every single day. Our children are in trouble. Your neighbor's kids are in trouble. Your bloodline is in trouble. Everybody's family is in major trouble because we have a system that is not working. It's not working. It's not broken. It is completely orchestrated to work as sophisticated as it does to hurt and harm the natural family. And when there's real abuse, they don't care. They love it. That's what they breed off of, is your children being abused. This is psychotic, and it's bad. And if you don't rise up as a country and make this get 1 million views, it needs an overnight 1 million views right now. This needs 1 million views right now, and then 2 million by Friday, okay? Because we need to shake this earth right now, and we need to bring our families back home. You know the work we have ahead of us once we start restoring these families? Finding kids, restoring children, mothers that are heartbroken, they can't even get up, fathers that can't even get up, good ones, not the abusers, because I will never defend an abuser. I'm sick and tired of the abusers and the abusive systems and the Anthony McGinty's and the Amy Ingrams and the Andy Gildays and the Judge Browns in Alabama and the disgusting attorneys. I'm sick of these people and these CPS workers, these lying, praying, evil, wicked people that are just, they're trained to do this damage to your families. Don't ever comply with them at all. They're liars and they're snakes and they're evil and they're wicked and they're only here to get money. It's a $1 trillion industry. A couple years ago we were like millions. No, honey, it's trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. And trolls want to begrudge advocates like ourselves that give everything we have from $50? Are you kidding me? How do you get from point A to point B? Enough of that nonsense. And any of you that listen to them, you're not going to get help for your children because they're certainly not going to help you. They're not going to help you. But I walk in and I endanger my own life every day inside these buildings or on these phone calls, literally, so that I can save your families, and you're going to listen to trolls on Facebook. Somebody literally needs to be rebuked for that ignorance, absolute ignorance. So, where are we going here? Let's see some stuff here. Let's see some stuff. Destroying our future. Somebody said, destroying our future. Okay, hang on. Because I've got kids, I've got messages that just keep coming in, how their children are being sexually abused and no one's listening, okay? They need to get in there, they need to get into their computers, they need to see the child pedophilia. I know of cases right here in Ulster County where Judge McGinty gave a child to a man who was, he was kicked out of the military for child pedophilia and took the child from the mother and restrained the mother from the child. McGinty, Anthony McGinty. How about everybody write a post about Anthony McGinty? I have a 2-time best-selling book with his name in it, Anthony McGinty, and he's targeting me right now. He's targeting me. That's what he's doing. So I want you all to know that Anthony McGinty of Ulster County Family Court is targeting me right now, and he's been targeting me with Andy Gilday, a public pretender from Ulster County, New York. And by the way, Andy doesn't even know I have every single one of Andy's cases. So that means I have every single one of Andy Gilday's cases. And you know what they all tell me? Andy Gilday does not support me as an attorney, even though he's been given to me as an attorney. Okay? What does Andy Gilday do? Andy fights for the abuser. What does Amy Ingram do? She fights for the abuser. What does Judge Joe Brown do? He rips mothers from children. What does all these other judges and attorneys do? What do? They rip a good, healthy parent from a child's life. The reason I have my child is because God is on my side. God, not Anthony McGinty, not any attorney $200,000 later. No, God is on my side. God has my back. That's the reason I have my child safe and protected. And that is the only reason I have my child safe and protected. And anybody that asks me to come help them, God is with me so they get their kids back, or we get back into those cases and we fearlessly start fighting for their kids to come back. That's the reason. This is a spiritual war, my friends. This is a war between darkness and light. If anybody doesn't see that, you have to be blind, because no normal, decent, healthy person, I don't care what religion you are, would ever hurt a hair on a child's head unless there was evil in their heart. Okay? So when these judges sit on their seats that we pay for, emoluments, everything that we pay for, when they sit there and they make these decisions in 5 minutes, and they play this ridiculous, fraudulent court system with no actual due process, when they do the things they do, when they arrest innocent people for protecting their children, when they won't listen to reason or rationale, or how about simple common sense, and then they play this whole legalese game, this nonsensical game. If they want you to understand law but you can't comprehend it, so you need an attorney to interpret law to you and speak for you because you're too dumb, then you're too dumb to be able to follow law and do the right thing. Why would you be held accountable for it? It's a total conundrum. And the reason for it is so they can restrain you and keep you in bondage. And the main reason for it is because they're making millions of dollars, trillions of dollars off of your children and families through DSS, Department of Social Services, all the way down to the elderly. This is what's happening. This is the most important thing that's happening in our nation. There's nothing in this nation more important than the family. There's nothing. Families give up everything. They have beautiful houses all over where I live that they're never in because they're working 9 to 5. They're running down to New York City, spending hours to get there, hours to get back. They can't even enjoy the homes they have because that's what people do for their families. So they can save money for their children to have college. Imagine that now you don't have them. Now you lose that house. Now you get a divorce. Now you have a breakup. Now you have these situations, and all these evil pieces of garbage steal everything from you, and they start with your children. They start with your heart. They start with your children, and then from there they just keep going. Then they want to pile services on you. Then they want to do all this stuff. I go in and out of these courts, and some of them are way more kangaroo than others. Others really have been, like, they just realize they don't want to be exposed by Fran, so they do what they have to do. But there's others that are just so freaking cocky, and they keep children and they call it coaching. Someone's coaching. Say they're coaching. We're gonna have to supervise her. They're coaching. But like I told you the other day, I sat in the little girl's beautiful bedroom, who she's never slept in that room, right? I purposely wanted to interview from in there. I want to do the live from in there. And they're keeping the child, but the child is in an abusive situation now. But that's okay. That abuse is okay. They pick and choose the abuse as okay. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? And the other situation was not abuse. It was not abuse. It was reporting abuse. It was reporting abuse. And actually the other portion of that was prescription drugs. But the mother that was on prescription drugs, she didn't ask to become addicted to prescription drugs. She had a real medical reason, and she immediately stopped what she was doing, and she got help, and she's complied with everything they've asked. She's jumped through literally every single hoop they've asked, and she does it all, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And I sat there and watched this woman cry. And I sat there and I'm like, you mother effer, get me on that damn stand now. Get me on that stand now, so that I can balance these scales, because they were all outweighing her. It was horrible. And I see this all the time. If I can clone myself to make these calls, I would do that. But I'm begging you guys to please make these calls like crazy. I don't care who you call. Call the whole list. If you guys want to, each day on your Facebook page, post who you're going to call, and then gather an army around you to call that same one so their phones don't stop ringing. And get their emails if they didn't see the briefing. The briefing numbers are going up like crazy. Like crazy. You guys should be encouraged, because we got the Congress by the you-know-what right now. And we need your help, because it could happen a lot faster if you guys make those calls. Make those calls. Some of your cases are so critical. Make those calls, because they're all critical, really, but some of them are even far more critical than others. We have to stop this system. Abolish family court. It doesn't matter how many times you go in, they still continue to abuse you. They should never let an abuser with a criminal history keep taking a good parent back to court. They should not have to have a good parent suffer to protect their children from an abuser or from foster care, from non-bio people. Do you know they don't even drug test the fosters? They don't even, oh my God, it's unbelievable what's going on in this country. It's so unbelievable. I don't even have enough time to explain it all. But I have, like I said, emails coming through that my child's being molested. Emails coming through that my child's being sexually abused. Emails coming through and they'll send me medical reports. And in the medical reports, there's sex abuse as clear as day by a doctor. And the judges are ignoring it. Like how? How? Come on, guys. Listen, don't think this is sparse. This is everywhere across our country. And that is why people like myself, advocates like myself, David and Robert and so many out there. Susan, she's on right now. She's been doing this for years. She knows what I'm talking about. Susan knows what I'm talking about. She's done this for years. She's done this for years, okay? She knows what's going on. People know what's going on. We have to move faster. We have to. There's an urgency. There's been an urgency. There's been an urgency. Please, you can save a life today. Make those calls to Congress. You can save a life of a child today if you make those calls to Congress. Please make those calls to Congress. Gather as many as you possibly can and keep calling, and then send me the emails of those that didn't get the briefing, okay? And all we want is two things. Two things. There's no fixing this, guys. We want abolish and arrest. We can never give them any authority over us at all. We can figure out a better plan to save children that are in real abuse, because the courts are just making it worse. And then they're adding all these other professionals, to the mix. And as you can see what's going on. But it's child trafficking, family trafficking, elder trafficking, trafficking all over the place. It has to stop. This is why they want to impeach the judge, because this is why they want to impeach Donald Trump right now. This is why they want to impeach him, because what's about to come ahead, watch and see what's going to happen, what's about to expose. And again, I'm going to say it again, judges will be shooting themselves and killing themselves. This is not going to be a Hillary Clinton did it, by the way. This is going to be, they are doing it to themselves. And I don't even believe it's conviction and guilt. I really believe it's because they're ashamed. They're ashamed. And it's all coming out. It's all coming out. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in comments. Tell me if I'm right in comments. And share this like crazy. Share this like crazy. I'm sorry. I know I talk so much, you guys. It looks like you guys that were in the queue got out of the queue. I wanted to see those of you that wanted to maybe hop on. If you want to hop on and just tell me, like, if you've already called Congress, did you want to talk about this a little bit? What happened? Like I said, when you call them, if they tell you, don't without our jurisdiction, tell them to go F off. We didn't ask for your permission, okay? We are your boss. We are your jurisdiction. We're your boss. We're your jurisdiction. We're not asking you. We're telling you that you're put on notice, okay, and that we want the family court abolished. We want the family court abolished. We want to occupy Congress, and we want the family court abolished. And all these other major groups out there that are doing all kinds of rallies, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get as much attention on this as possible, but we need the calls to Congress. We need this video spread like wildfire. I'm going to try to read, because I've seen people come on and off, like on the little red thing that says you want to, yes, can impeach, must fire. Yes, look into their businesses. I did, and they were vested in property management and orphanages, literally. Yes, Helen Walker, that's right, and that's part of it too. They're stealing real estate all over the country. They're taking homes from families once they get a divorce, and especially if you got like somebody that's been making a lot of money, they're just going to buy off the judges, or they're going to start working with the judges, so the judges will take children from one parent. I see it all the time, completely, and then they'll make up stories about that parent that aren't true, but then the other parent that actually is in rehab, is doing drugs, Dan, did I say Dan? Is the one that's the bad parent, is the one that's evil, did just have an affair with his ex-wife, and while he was married to a third wife right now, and like did this to the first two, torturous situation to these women, and then the third one actually goes and marries them because she's a fool. But anyhow, and then, that's the kind of slime that they are. So they literally steal houses, so they're stealing real estate. They're stealing real estate, and they're child trafficking children, and they're opening up these orphanages, because that was the original plan, was children that had no families. I just want to know something. Like, how stupid have we been in this country? Like, who really doesn't have families? Who really doesn't have a bloodline somewhere? Like, do you see how dangerous it is? Like, who really, really, really doesn't have a bloodline? Very, very seldom. Very, very, very seldom does somebody not have a real full bloodline from both sides of the mother, father, maternal, paternal sides. Who doesn't? Okay, and that's what started it. That started it through the church. okay? And we don't see that now. We don't see that now. And then it's just like anything goes in the rules and the law and the this and the that, and if you come in with an attorney, you're screwed, and if you don't come in with an attorney, you're screwed. Like, this is not how it's supposed to be. Not how it's supposed to be. Guys, please share like crazy all over my Facebook page. If some of you want to help me, go through my Facebook page, find the reps numbers, pull them up to the top, or comment everywhere. Tell everybody everywhere. Pull groups together, 10 groups of 10, groups of 20. When they keep getting these phone calls, they're going to hear us loud and clear. We're heading down to D.C. We're going to camp out there as long as it takes. We're going to occupy Congress. We're going to stop it. We're going to shut down the family court. Anthony McGinty, your #1 judge, going to jail. Let's put it this way. I'll give you a little secret. Indictments are on their way. That's all I'm going to say. So the faster you guys get your voices out there, the faster you guys grab teams together, the faster we can get those indictments going. And I know you guys want your judges arrested and jailed. Well, we already got that underway. We've had it underway for quite some time, and now we have it ready to go. So we need you guys to work. We need you guys to work. Make teams and work. Make teams and work. We need your help. God bless you guys.